How's it going, everyone? So this video is about my MCK. This MCK is for the 43, 43X, and 48 if you are new to the channel and aren't familiar with this. And I wanted to go over the things I put on it, the reasoning I put them on it, the things I dislike about it, the things I like about it, just overall my full opinion on this MCK now that I've had it for a month and a half, 2 months, somewhere around there. And I've shot it quite a bit and tested various different things. And so I want to explain why I chose specifically what I chose. And yeah, so let's get into it. So the magazines that I keep in it, I keep a standard Glock mag up front, and then I've got a Shield Arms S15 magazine that I keep in it. Now, separately, I have two ETS 19 round magazines for it, but I don't keep those in it because I've had mixed results with them. But so those are the magazines that I run with this thing and keep around it. As far as on this side, so on this rail system that's on the opposite side of where I would hold it, that is a $20 Tacticon laser. I did a video on it. I've used it at the range. It works, it stays zeroed. The main reason I'm running this is because it's very sleek and small. If I still had the ADE HG54R, the rechargeable one, I would probably run it on that side, but I had let somebody that is a friend of mine get that, so I no longer have that. So I'm keeping this little $20 laser on here unless I come across something better. So yeah, Tacticon laser, it works well. It's only 20 bucks. And if you want to hunt down my video that I made on it, there's also a link in the description of that video where you can get one, but it's on Amazon and only like 20 bucks. On the opposite side of the laser, I have the CAA little thumb holder, and that, when you've got a grip on it, let me come over here, that really, you get a solid grip. Like, my other hand's not even on it now. So you get a really solid grip, and it helps you stay on place pretty well. It feels weird without it. That's the main reason I got that. So the two MCKs, well, one's a Microroni, one's an MCK. The Microroni had the thumbs little spot on there, and the MCK Gen 2 did not. And it felt kind of funny not having it there. That's why I wanted to get one. And so some people put them on both sides. There's no point. I'm not ambidextrous. I'm not shooting with my other hand up front. So I only got one, and I keep it on that side and just keep a laser on that side. Up front here, I am running the flashlight that they have for it. Now, flashlight works pretty well. I like the flashlight. Someone said you should get rid of the flashlight and get the bayonet. The reason I don't want to do that is because if I do take this thing anywhere, I put it in a book bag, and it just fits in the book bag. And if I had a little bayonet thing sticking out, not only is that going to make it not fit in that book bag, but potentially it's going to damage whatever I'm carrying it in. So I don't foresee myself really needing a bayonet for anything. However, I like the flashlight. The only way this is coming out is if I get a flashlight that just absolutely destroys this thing as far as quality, and this will come off and a flashlight would go here. But yeah, so I run this flashlight, plus it came with it for free. So I don't know why I wouldn't run it if it was free. Then I've got the CAA sling on here. It's a single point sling. It's made by CAA. They got their little logo. If it'll focus, probably not. But yeah, it's got their little logo on it. The reason I got the CAA sling, I mean, it's really good quality. I like the sling a lot. However, all my research said that that was a proprietary system. Like, this little push button spot wasn't gonna be the same as other ones. And then I started looking at it and I ordered it, and I was like, I highly doubt that. So then I went down to the range and just tested one of their little universal sling systems. And sure enough, pretty much any little sling with this style adapter, or not adapter, but you know what I mean. Any sling that takes that little single point push button works on your MCK. So, however, I'm not disappointed with it. It was a little bit more expensive than some of the cheaper options I can get, but you do get what you pay for. I bought a cheaper sling, and I've actually had the sling basically come undone and fall to the ground with that Vector 22 actually. So a little bit more quality sling, and I don't really have any worries with it, so not disappointed with it. Pretty decent sling. You can get this on their website. I think you can get it on Amazon, all sorts of places. So yeah, that's the second thing I got, or not second, but that's my sling that I got on here. Now everything else to talk about is up top. So then I've got some very cheap, I think they were like 20 bucks, flip up sights. And I'm running these because they got little fiber optic spots in them, and it does help with my eyes and everything to be able to see. They're not as easy to turn all this stuff, but it also means that they're not gonna start shifting on you slowly and throw off wherever you zero them in at. And they're just little plastic sights. They're not iron or anything, but they work well. And they're very similar to the CAA ones. They're probably a little bit cheaper. I'm sure the CAA ones are a little bit better quality, but for 20 bucks, they're just a backup option. They're not my main thing. When I go to shoot this, I use this guy. This is my Easy Shoot red dot sight. It's got 11 different brightness settings. Then you remove these and it takes a little flat head to do 0. And yeah, for $35, this thing's stayed zeroed. I had this on a 22 that I put about 50 rounds through, and then I put this on here and it's been on here for 200 plus rounds. So, and it's held zero, no issues whatsoever. It's not fallen off at all. So been pretty impressed. They claim it's waterproof, or they claim waterproof, impact proof and everything. And I've been rough on this thing. If you've been familiar with my other videos and stuff, I haven't been easy on this. I've bumped it around and everything to try to make sure, that I really tested that out. But yeah, so this little red dot sight, and I'll flip this camera around. So that's the red dot sight, and it works really well. I almost completely forgot to film the things that I dislike about this. Now, they're minor things, but they are things that I've noticed and somewhat bother me. So when charging it with this handle here, I've noticed from this side I don't have the problem, but if I charge it from this side, you hear that? Let me bring it up a little bit closer. I don't know if y'all can hear that pop. It's like it kind of slips on the slide, and it hasn't caused any issues, but it does bother me. It seems like it shouldn't do that, but it seems like it kind of pops on there. And maybe from cleaning it, I got a little bit of oil or something on it, and I need to take it apart and double check that. But I've cleaned it several times and wiped it down with a microfiber. I feel like that's just, it's done it since I got it. So never caused a problem, but it just kind of, it's one of those things that when it happens, you're like, what's going on? So that is one of the things. The next thing is when you're removing the firearm with the sling attached, this thing gets in the way. So I know that they're limited on space and where they can put it and everything, but that just, it really gets in the way from pushing that button down and pulling this thing back and everything. And it's just kind of been somewhat of a little bit of a hassle. Now that's me being seriously nitpicky. As far as how this thing's run, well, if I could talk right. As far as how this thing runs and everything about it, it's been great. And I've really enjoyed shooting it. I really need to get out to a far distance range where I can test out a little bit of, how well I can do with it at far ranges. I've tested it at the maximum that Springs Road Gun Club has, which is 25 yards. And I want to take it to more of like an outdoor setting and test that out, but I haven't gotten the chance to do that yet. But that's what I got for you. As far as the things that I dislike, just those two things have bothered me a little bit, and that's being very nitpicky. Everything else has been great. I've enjoyed it. It's been fantastic, and I do not regret spending the money on it whatsoever. I hope you guys found this video informational. If you would, hit this video with a like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm giving away a 43X MCK, well, a 43, 43X, and 48 MCK on New Year's. So if you haven't entered in that, go to one of my social medias down below, and in through there is links to the site where the giveaway is going to go. And that's what I got. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'll catch y'all later.